So in this episode, the Flim Flam Brothers return, and then Applejack has to decide whether to call them out on their obvious bullcrap to Granny Smith, bringing up the ideology of keeping someone blissfully unaware in lies, or having them know the hard-hitting truth. And the
Mm.
Flim Flam Brothers sell their potion under the guise of saying, "Hey," basically saying, "Hey, you're gonna get old, and
Mm-hmm.
you never know in this world what can kill you."
Yep.
In the kids show.
Yeah.
The show is no longer for kids, John. I've been saying that since halfway through this season, but this is no longer a kids show. This officially is a show for adolescents. Season 1, in season 2, the kid gloves, they came off, they made it a little more real.
Mm-hmm.
In 3, they put on some funny hats. But
Mm-hmm.
on this one, they took off the kid gloves, put on some trench coat, put on some brass knuckles, and they are punching you in the feels. Like super,
Indeed.
super hard.
And I'm going to say right now, and I'm saving most of this for our season 4 retrospective. Yes, we are doing a retrospective, a little addendum, if you will. But I will say that the series is evolving. And no, I did not intend to make a Pokemon reference if you think that.
Friendship is Magic has evolved from little show about ponies to a little show about ponies with balls.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
Underneath the enemy's scrotum.
This show is so like it's another episode by Josh Haber who wrote Castlemania and that other episode I liked.
Mm-hmm.
Did he write Pinky Apple Pie or was that Polsky?
No, that was
No, that was Corey Powell, right?
No, that was Natasha Levenger, who
Oh
also
right,
wrote
no.
Breezies.
The
But
Peasies.
no. Josh Haber also wrote Simple Ways.
Simple Ways. That was one. Yeah, the guy who almost sunk the Rare Jack ship.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this episode is surprisingly, well, it definitely has one of the more not mature, just grown up premises.
Mm-hmm.
It deals with the whole, you're only at the story is nothing necessarily new. It's the whole you're as old as you feel thing. We've seen that before. One of the more specific examples I can think of, reaching way back here. There was a short-lived Nickelodeon show called My Dad is a Rock Star.
Oh my gosh, the dad is like the Kiss singer or whatever.
Yeah, where the whole thing is basically
wasn't he voiced by Gene Simmons?
I kind of wanted him to be, but there's an episode where it's like you're only as old as you feel, and that was directly what. And when Flim and Flam are talking like what could kill you in the world, the thing I'm thinking of is dumb ways to die. So many
1,000 ways to die.
That too. But might as
Fun
well
show.
start.
Gory too.
They make puns for the deaths for. There's a pun called 9 Inch Nailed. Yeah, because a guy gets nails. Because here's what he does: he's in a tire rolling downhill, and then he comes across a crap load of nails because they're in a lumber yard.
How about
Wait,
this?
what are we talking about
A
again?
peeping Tom who gets his neck chopped off by a falling window.
Damn, what do they call that?
Or I don't remember what it was called.
Damn.
Or like I think it was like voyeurism doesn't pay or something. But the other one that I remember was the guy who had the frickin' like he was an archery or like javelin throwing instructor.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
he got a Phineas Gage to the eye.
What was this video about again? Oh yeah, the episode.
Oh yeah, I think we might want to get there.
You explain the plot for now.
Okay, so this episode starts off with the entire Apple family minus Granny Smith in the swimming hole.
Family Day.
Pretty much, and we see that there's this really cool thing that they do where Apple Bloom jumps onto Big Mac, gets brought over to Applejack, and gets bucked into the water. And it's kind of nice, and they're asking, Granny Smith, why aren't you in the water? And we get to this flashback to where she is apparently she was a very cool high diver back in the day. And it kind of reminds me of, there's this People Was Awesome video where it's this guy who does pretty much the exact same thing they do with Granny Smith, where he jumps from like a high height into a very shallow piece of water and survives.
Basically, Granny Smith is OG Rainbow Dash.
Pretty much.
Which I'm honestly okay with.
Yes. So, but she said that her hip went out or something because of it, and now she doesn't even want to touch water ever again.
Yeah, she said it was like it was years before I could even look at water. She said something like that.
Yeah. So then the next scene, they're
My Little Pony,
yeah, whatever. So whatever, you should have changed the intro more, Hasbro.
Yeah,
seriously.
At least add in a drum solo or a little 3-second part where the bass goes and then just go total grindcore. That'd be so awesome. It would be so awesome if this show aired on Adult Swim. Like, the stuff they could do, I'm not even kidding.
I actually saw, there was this one YouTube poop where it had My Little Pony in, like, orange lettering, and it said TV Mature on top.
Like the best block in the world would be Family Guy, then Metalocalypse, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes. Thankfully, we got the worst out of the way first.
Whoa. Family Guy is, well, they're
it was
okay
good for
still.
The first 10 seasons. It has,
honestly, yeah.
It has Simpsons syndrome. I tried to watch a couple episodes from season 11, and there was only one good joke. It's where they're climbing Mount Everest, and Peter says he's gonna puke, and then he pukes, and it freezes, and he's like, "Here's a treat, Brian," you know.
And then Brian's like, "You know I will eat that." Yeah,
anyway.
that's the episode where they eat a guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, so messed up. Yeah.
So then the next scene after the My Little Pony, they're bringing their apples somewhere, and they see circus tents. And apparently, Flim and Flam are back, trying to sell a cure-all tonic and a not as catchy song as last time.
I thought this episode was a lot better than. Okay, here's my thing on the two Flim and Flam episodes. Mm-hmm. As episodes, they're okay, but the episodes themselves are a lot better when you think about the subtext.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like in was it Over a Barrel with the buffalo in Appaloosa?
Yes.
Was that Over a Barrel?
Yes.
Kind of like how it's like that's a good episode, but when you think about the subtext, like Western colonizers versus Native Americans, you know, so it's like the Flim and Flam episodes are a lot better when you read between the lines. But I like this episode better than Cider Squeezy because I don't know. I felt with Cider Squeezy they tried too hard to villainize Flim and Flam when. Well, you remember that review you showed me of that guy who's basically saying they're introducing technology and, the thing is the old ways work the best. It's incredibly liberal like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing wrong with that because kids show, so of course that's going to be the prevailing message. But in this one, it's different. In the other one, they're basically having quantity versus quality. Over here, they're scamming injured and hurt people. It's like that Family Guy episode where Peter convinces the people that he's a healer and stuff, and God sticks the plagues on him. It's like that.
Only
this
better
is not a
kid's version.
This is not a kid's show anymore.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to have to disagree a little bit. I think Cider Squeezy is just a little bit better. Only by a very small margin, though. The thing is, I felt like I just had more fun with Cider Squeezy than this episode.
This is a bit of a more serious episode. Like I said, it's all about Dad's subtext.
Mm-hmm. So they have this cure-all tonic and we get so many ugly, like these really gross puffed out hooves, and apparently someone's literally
and the image
hurt.
And the imagery.
With a boot for a cutie mark, so you know he's butthurt.
Oh my god.
This show is still so meta.
I didn't even think about that.
Then Granny Smith, for some reason, gets swept up in all this when yet she was so adamant to it in Cider Squeezy, which doesn't make any sense.
What's that?
I know, right? And so she gets a tonic. Applejack doesn't trust it. And there's also this guy who's like on crutches, like the ones you see in like the kid from Breaking Bad.
I was gonna say though that pony reminded me of Jimmy from South Park. Wow, what a terrific audience!
Or Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad.
Oh my god! Anyway. Everything just comes back to Breaking Bad, like the doctor from the
Say my name. You're
Iceberg.
goddamn right.
It's like the doctor from the Phantom Pain trailer for the new MGS5. He looks like that one doctor from Breaking Bad, that bald dude.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's Walter White's doctor. I could be wrong, but
I don't remember. I haven't really gotten too far. I'm only on the 6th episode.
Well, guess who dies?
Aaron Paul?
Everybody. No, but a lot of people get.
Wait, I thought that was The Walking Dead.
Ha! Topical. Breaking Bad's a lot better though.
Anyway,
Breaking Bad is a lot better.
Anyway, the guy claims to be able to walk again, it's the miracle tonic, and he runs out. And then Applejack and Apple Bloom go and try and see if they can figure out what the potion is. And they see the same guy in a different wig saying that he got cured.
As he dances out of the tent.
So they chase him down. And he
really
actually gets away from a smoke screen.
Really quick before this, there is a scene where the apples are at the watering hole again, and they're talking about this and that, and then Granny Smith starts backstroking, which reminds me, remember that Josh Scorcher review of Dragonshy where how could they walk up a hill? Mm-hmm. And I think Josh was like, dude, it's a cartoon. Well, I really have to question, how can a pony backstroke?
Yeah.
I don't want to pick it all apart, but that seriously kind of had me going, okay, really, guys, really, can we just not? Okay.
And honestly, I will say this part where she's swimming, it's probably the most boring scene of this episode, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the thing. This episode had a lot of interesting moments, but this whole
also
episode
kind of got some boring moments along with it.
Yeah, because in some episodes where there's conflict and stuff, this episode doesn't really. You ever see Megamind?
Mm-mm.
Well,
I haven't seen that movie yet. I have seen the Nostalgia Critic review of it, the DreamWorks one.
Well, it's pretty much like he says. There's a big action scene here, and then at the end, but then there's just a lot of dialogue areas, and this is that episode except no action sequences. It's all dialogue driven, which can work. The show has done it before, but except for the song, it's all dialogue, and it's not a bad thing.
See Sleepless in Ponyville for an example.
Well, I don't know.
That was kind of dialogue heavy.
Yeah, but there was nightmare sequences. She got swept. She could have almost died.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, but that's basically what I'm saying, is that there was some really interesting talky moments, especially when Applejack's morals come into question. But there were some really slow moments for me.
Definitely.
So they find that the ingredients
are just apples and parsley or something, or lettuce or something like that.
Yeah, a fruit and a thing that's only put on dinner plates for visual appeal.
Yeah, and they frickin'.
So how would no one not notice that the taste is apple juice?
I don't know.
They drink apple juice almost as much as cider.
Maybe their taste buds are betraying them.
Maybe it's all in the nanomachines. Maybe the Flim Flam Brothers will invent nanomachines in Season 8.
It's the Animus all over again.
It's like, what have we here, oh brother of mine? Why, it's Ezio and the Lolly Lule Lo. That would be awesome. Metal
It
Gear in the
would be.
Assassin's Creed universe. That would. Oh
Assassin's
god.
Creed
Hideo
Sisterhood.
Kojima taking time travel.
Assassin's Creed Sisterhood.
Assassin's Creed Apple of the Patriots. The Apple of Eden. The Apple of Eden.
That's like a weird crossover between Ponies, Assassin's Creed, and Metal Gear Solid.
Well, because in Assassin's Creed, through the first like 3-4 games, you're trying to find this thing called the Apple of Eden, which is this weird technology. So,
Anyway,
but ponies can be in Kingdom Hearts now.
Yes. So then, they decide. The Flim and Flam basically say, "Do you want to ruin Granny Smith's happiness here?" And Applejack's like, "Well, I suppose if it's okay with me." And then Apple Bloom shows up. It's like, "There you are," and it's like, okay. So they go back.
Really quick, maybe it was just me, but did some of the dialogue delivery, did some of it seem not badly delivered, but just kind of awkward? Like with Apple Bloom walking toward Applejack.
Silence between them.
Yeah, like when
there was like an there you are. It's like, that's too long of a pause there.
It's like when she was walking towards her, she was delivering the line. It's like I said, this episode was really dialogue driven, but I don't know. It was like they wrote it too much like some weird, not sitcom or anything, but I have a problem with Apple Bloom saying, "Well, if it's not, well, no. Well, if it ain't nothing to you, it ain't nothing to me, sis."
It's like, why would Apple Bloom say that?
It's like that
doesn't
line
make any
just,
sense.
That line is just so submissive for Apple Bloom. That's something I'd almost expect from Sweetie Belle. But
and we just got past this. Some pony to watch over me.
Oh my god!
This show is so meta.
Really, really quick. You know how when seasons are aired, they have those production codes, which is just the season number and the episode number. This is the 20th episode, right? So what does that make this episode?
I don't even know.
Season 4, episode 20?
Yeah. I thought you were asking about the actual episode number, like 100 or something.
No, it's 420.
You made that right. It's April Fool's Day right now, so we're pranking each other, I guess.
No, I'm serious. If you look on the wiki, it says code 420.
Oh no!
Because for whom was Sweetie Belle toy?
I was asking like season 3. It's actually episode 80 right now of the entire series.
Right, but it's the 20th episode of
season 4. Gosh!
You
Why
may
couldn't
want.
we have For Whom the Sweetie Belle Tolls now? Because people are smoking acid on that one.
Hey, well, you know
what? It's a
what?
psychedelic trip on that one, and they could have had that for 420.
Sweetie Belle Toils was kind of trippy it was a little more trippy than Scootaloo's because that was Scootaloo just facing her fears. This was Sweetie Belle facing her insecurities, and that is a completely different animal from fears. Like fears are what keep you up at night and kind of keep you thinking, but that's it. Insecurities are what plague your mind and what drive you, but can also drive you insane. So I really wonder but probably when, I wonder if when Luna eventually goes to Apple Bloom's dreams, what that's going to be about. Probably has something to do with
apples.
Applejack.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway,
because in season 1, I think it was technically setting up to where in the CMC, Applejack is kind of the main character of the CMC, but as the show went on, they put more focus on Sweetie Belle and Scoot. So it's anyone's guess, really.
Hey, she works as the best background pony of the main 6, and she works as good as the best pony of the main CMC.
Scootaloo?
It's a good trade.
Scootaloo?
No, Applejack.
No, I said Apple Bloom.
Oh, I thought you said Applejack.
No, I said it said in
Darn
season 1.
I could have made a good joke there.
Well, I was just saying, it seemed like in season 1 they were setting up Apple Bloom to be the main character of the CMC, but then they started focusing on Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo. So,
So yeah, anyway,
it's anyone's
we've gone
guess at this
way
point.
off topic here.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
Well, we're already
decide-
over almost 3/4 through the episode. I figure we got time.
yeah. But I'm fading fast. I took some melatonin before we started talking, so... Anyway.
Getting lifted on that Molly.
So then, they decide that they're going to do a swim meet. Okay, that's kind of cool. And cute Lyra is cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she puts like a 3 up and she's so happy about it.
Bonbon, you
And then-
lucky broad.
And then Apple Bloom and Granny Smith do their like synchronized swimming routine. It's like, how do they stick out their pony leg like that and have it cool like that? Why does Apple Bloom have an abnormally long pony leg?
See, like, okay, Pinkie Pie physics, cartoon. Okay, walking up a mountain, cartoon. Okay. Alicorns existing, cartoon. Okay. Ponies swimming. I don't know why that bugs me the most out of every weird thing. It's not even because of an anatomy thing. It's a horse swimming. They don't do that.
They don't do that.
They don't. I mean, they build machines, rafts, sing songs, and do triple backflips and pull cake out of their tails, but they don't swim.
You know what? I know it how it's possible.
What?
Magic.
Then the magic of friendship can't solve. But yeah, so they're doing that, and then I don't exactly
And
remember.
then Lyra pulls up. It's a 0-1. And one of the ponies on the left is just like, you fucking bitch. She turns it around. She goes like, Yee! It's like,
Lyra,
that's
why?
so adorable.
Why can't you and Bonbon have consistent voice actors?
Yeah. Oh. So then, anyway, apparently they're also selling the tonic, and before this, Applejack has actually said that she supposedly approves of the tonic.
Yeah.
You know, it's Applejack approved. It's kind of like Kix, where it's kid tested, mother approved.
Oh my
Apple
god,
Bloom
that was
test-
so dumb.
Apple
Bloom is the
tested,
Flim Flam-
Applejack approved.
Oh my! And Apple Bloom is now the Tonix' spoke pony person.
So
like-
anyway,
That escalated quickly.
yeah. So
This
oh
is also
gosh,
one of those episodes.
I wonder if Will Ferrell actually had a frickin' tonic in his hand in that scene.
He had a beer. He had a glass. He had a bottle. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
Ron Burgundy and ponies winning. But I was gonna say, this is also one of those episodes where you can't. It's advised not to skip through because then you'll miss stuff. Like if you aren't paying attention, you'll be like, "Wait, Apple Bloom doing the why?"
Yeah.
But anyway, so Apple Bloom, Applejack sees this going down, and then someone's about to pay someone something, and then.
Yeah. The guy who kept getting fixed, he's like, I got promoted to, seller or whatever, and I just earned my first bit. And, shows the bit to her and stuff. And then we see, and by the way, through all this, Apple Bloom and Granny Smith win the trophy or whatever.
Yeah!
Granny Smith gets even more of the
She buys
placebo
all
effect.
of it.
She buys all of it, and then she starts climbing the tower.
I think
And
that was
she's going to
before
do
the
an even
swimming
more
thing,
dangerous dive than she's ever done before.
Yeah, I think this was before the swimming pool scene, but I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so then then Applejack gets up there and then throws the lasso and catches her, which I'm gonna call bullcrap because that's the crap that killed Gwen Stacy in the original Spider-Man comics. So how could Granny Smith just be like, "Oh, fiddlesticks, you done roped me"?
Yep.
Gwen Stacy should have lived.
How do I get roped into these things?
Oh my god, damn, John.
Anyway, so then here's my one. You know how you talk about the ponies and swimming and it looks weird?
Yeah.
Why is it that 2 of these Keys episode has the sun reflecting off something for the rainbow eyes?
Yeah, by the way, this is a key episode.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way of knowing. I mean, I guess it's fitting considering it deals with the Flim Flam Bros,
Mm-hmm.
which, when you think about it in context, makes sense, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden, she's like, "Oh my God, should I, uncover the truth or not?" Then her eyes gleam, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" That's the first time during this episode I was like, "Oh God, okay, here we go."
And then she openly admits it was a fake all along. And
She
also,
admits that she lied.
how does everyone believe her if she's been spreading little white lies?
Because she's Applejack. Even when she's lying, she's honest.
God, Ponyville is the most gullible group of ponies you'll ever meet.
There are also some of the non take charge taking. You ever notice the only people that take charge in this town are Twilight, maybe one of the main 6, and a group of 3 kids,
Mm-hmm.
and no one punishes any pony. Well, except the CMC, they get grounded, but Diamond Tiara is allowed to breathe.
And they get frickin' rain clouds on them from Ponyville Confidential.
She has a butler that's like 80 years old. He's like male Sophia Petrillo, and he's doing backflips.
Mm.
And she's like,
Anyway.
ta-da! But yeah, key episode. Okay. This is
So-
the most out of nowhere. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it right now. Most out of nowhere, like boring key episode.
Yeah.
This episode wasn't bad. It was just boring.
Yeah, that's the thing. The big thing I look
And
for
it is
is
raining
did I
cats and
have
dogs
fun?
right now.
The big thing I look for is did I have fun with this episode? And I really didn't.
The song was cool, and it was cool to see Flim and Flam again,
Mhm.
which, by the way, one of them is voiced by, don't quote me on this, but I believe one of them is voiced by Double D from Ed, Edd n Eddy. I think
No way.
Is Flam the one with the mustache?
Yes.
Yeah, I think him.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that in ages. Anyway,
Is that the
Also-
support beam to the house?
also, the key in this episode is a bit.
Is a goal, is money, is currency.
Legal tender.
For,
Fine, we'll use any old legal tender.
the fuck did you just say? But yeah, I find that so funny for 2 reasons. One, it's to show, hey, you lied, which got us money, but you told the truth, which
Got the
which
money.
lost us money. But so to commemorate that, here's my first bit, because I'm still not gonna lie. Because
Thank God he's not
When-
like Mr. Krabs.
okay. But I don't know why, but the gold bit perplexes me because Applejack, she's honest and she lied. Lie, and I get it, the bit is a sign of you don't lie to get money,
Mhm.
But here's the thing, lying doesn't always mean you're going to get money.
Yeah.
It normally does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do live in California. I'm not going to BS that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, and then you remember how in the other key episodes there's always that one person that learns the lesson with the character, that gives them the bit, that the thing that is
Mhm.
quote unquote the key. So
Yeah.
it's like, the whole, it's like Elements of Harmony, The Next Generation or something.
Oh gosh, that was just a Star Trek reference, wasn't it?
It partially was, but I was partially serious. Think about it. It could
God.
work.
Yeah.
This guy, the guy that gave Applejack the bit, had to be the one that was the least involved. He had so little presence, and the only part he was really relevant was at the end. It's not like Coco Pamel, where you saw pieces of her, and where she had some build-up. It's not like Cheese Sandwich or what's the name of that Breezy? Of Sea Breeze,
Mm-hmm.
that where they were secondary main characters.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have Applejack, and then you have this guy. I don't even remember his name.
I don't know what his name is either.
And with Rainbow Dash, you have Spitfire, which
Yep.
I
And
could-
Soren as the supporting cast.
which, in all honesty, shouldn't Soren have been the one to give Rainbow Dash?
Yeah.
That would, I mean, I get it though. Spitfire learned the lesson, but 2 things: one, she was a bitch, and 2, she ruined Soar Spitfire shit.
Also, Fuck Fleetfoot.
Dude, screw Fleetfoot. Oh my gosh, she was so mean.
She was. But yeah, that's a review of Leap of Faith. What would we score this?
Still better than Three's a Crowd.
Oh yeah.
Three's a Crowd was just it was the whole package. Where
it was boring and it was not entertaining.
Yeah.
In the slightest. And it wasn't interesting.
And it just goes to prove that even cool characters like Discord aren't saving graces. That's just our opinion, you know. I mean, I'm sure.
But we own a show, and therefore our opinion is better.
Yes. Hell, I'm sure there's more qualified people that could tell you why that episode was good. But honestly, have you talked to anyone that said the episode was good, minus the fact that Discord was in the episode? Has anyone ever
And I Love
said,
Kim Possible a lot actually gave it a good review, but that was because it was Discord.
Exactly. So there you go. Mm-hmm. It's like Discord is like he's like that guy in like wrestling. He's like one of those guys in wrestling that the crowd gets behind. Everyone's like, yeah, this guy, woo woo woo. To where they get to where they're like, oh man, he's not a saving grace. He's a good part, but he doesn't make the show. Yeah. Discord is essentially CM Punk, but that doesn't make sense because I like Discord and CM Punk always reminded me of Rainbow Dash. So
oh boy. So what would you rate this episode then?
What I rate? Didn't I give Three's a Crowd like a 5?
I think so.
I'm gonna give this one like a 6.
Okay.
And if I rated it higher, then if I rated it lower accidentally than Three's a Crowd, then just
bump it up a number.
Yeah.
So I would give this a 6.5. You know, it was kind of boring. It wasn't as good as Super Speed Cyber Squeeze 6000, in my opinion, in terms of the entertainment value. But it did have some good moments, and it was still a somewhat fun time.
And it's like, it kind of goes back to the whole, everyone used to make fun of Applejack because, oh, she never gets, good episodes, whereas everyone makes fun of Rarity, but that's just because people just don't like Rarity. People normally love the Rarity episodes. Mm-hmm. They're just not fans of Rarity. Applejack, I still feel consistently gets the most, quote-unquote, hate because of the fact of it's like, oh, she's not that interesting, and a lot of her episodes are hit and miss. Whereas with Rarity, it's like, yeah, I don't like Rarity, but her episodes are awesome. I'm like, yeah, go Rarity. But
yeah. So yeah, that's basically our review of Leap of Faith. Not a good episode, not a bad episode, kind of a meh episode. And it did have some interesting moments along with boring
there's
moments.
Nothing particularly bad or terrible, but there's nothing particularly great and like Irma Gerd. So
yeah. So that's it. So that's it from me, John.
And that's it for me, the Flash. I mean, Jim Gordon.
Will you stop with that stuff?
All right. Probably got in the later. This is it for me, Zach Galifianakis.
And we will talk to you guys later. Peace out.
I'm Snakeskin. Bye.